You know, one thing I can't believe I've managed to live without so far has been a cart. So I've not had anything next to the Datron which has made it very difficult to do serial parts. Well, I finally fixed that and I ordered one off Hoffman. And here it is. Well, that's just a load of boxes. Let's get it out of there and get it all assembled. Okay, so today is service day. The M8 is due its yearly service, and that means we need to clear it up, because at the moment the chip tray is completely full from all the various jobs I've been doing. And unfortunately, it's a little bit of a process doing this. You just basically just have to scoop it all out. And we take a look inside the machine. Yeah, you can see it's all down there, but we need to get all that out, get the whole thing nice and clean, and then we can let James, the service tech, do his job. Perfect, we're all clean and ready to cook. So I've removed the trunnion and put it over on the trolley because I've got some large plate work that needs to be done and it won't fit with the trunnion on. So that's now come off, it's a good time to do it. Gave me better access into the machine anyway. It's now nice and clean. Let's get it warmed up and ready for service. So what's happening here is the batteries are being replaced for the drives, and these basically help it maintain its location when it's switched off, so it's stored in the memory. But they need to be replaced every couple of years, so that's what we're doing now. machine all nicely calibrated, it's time to do a little bit of work because I need to do a few upgrades to this thing. The main one being turning this massive slab of aluminium into a bridging plate for the M8. If I'm doing sort of larger plate work on the vacuum tables, sometimes it can hang over the edge, and the problem there is obviously you're prone to chatter and any kind of flex. So the idea here, that I've been putting off for a long time, is this will just bridge the gap and it will offer a little bit of support. Now obviously it won't act as a vacuum table, so it's not really going to be usable in the same way, but the benefit here is that aside from adding a bit more extra support, I can also drill safely into this, so I can use it as a general fixture. So it seems like the right thing to have to hand. But I've got a couple things that I need to do to it to make that work. The system that Datron uses to locate work holding on the machine bed are these little steel cones. These cones locate into the opposing ones that are built into the granite bed and allow you to get some pretty good repeatability. What I need to do is I need to press 8 of these into the piece of aluminium and then put it onto the bed and machine it down so that it's perfectly level with the vacuum tables. I'm then going to do a skim pass so that everything's completely level, so that way I should be able to take it on and off the machine and have everything remain nice and consistent. Before I sign off, I want to share with you something which I think is rather cool that I've been working on for the last few days, and this is my Gridfinity based fitting storage system. So one of the problems I've got in the shop is I have a lot of hardware and I need to be able to keep it nice and organized. And actually fittings take up quite a lot of space. They come in little boxes for the most part, which have foam inserts and things. And actually trying to keep them all in one place and keep them organized so you know how many you have, which type and things, is quite a challenging thing to do, especially when there are always new product release cycles or you've maybe got lots of different colors and fitting types. So what I've decided to do is tackle that using Gridfinity. Now, if you follow me over on TikTok or Instagram, you may recall that I went pretty ham on Gridfinity on my drawer setup by the M8 over there. And that's been working really well ever since I installed that. So I thought that's a very logical way to approach this sort of thing. So what I've done is I've created a special Fusion file that's fully configured and fully parametric. And that allows you to create these boxes really quite fast. And this is what I've done for a few of these ones over here. So these are for Thermaltake C Pro fittings that I use a lot of. These ones are Bits Power 14mm multi-links. These are the kind that you'll find in the Corsair fittings. So again, I use these a lot as well. And as you can see, I've got a load of empty boxes here that I'm going to need to fill up in a moment. The idea here is I just want to be able to configure these boxes really quickly, get them printed out, put them into one of the drawers, and then from now on, I'll know exactly how many fittings I have of each type, which should make building rigs up and getting things just out of the way a lot easier. Now, I'm not going to be all selfish and just keep the file to myself. I am going to be having it in the video description available for download, so you can try it out yourselves at home and print out some boxes. And it doesn't have to be just fittings, it's quite an easy thing that can be used for lots of different purposes. You know, anything which is going to be round for the most part can be stored on these boxes quite easily. I've tried to keep the parameters and the configurator itself as simple as possible to use, and I've also included a bunch of the boxes that I've done over here in the file to get you going. I now have to get back to cutting the remaining parts for lucent so that I can dispatch them to the anodizers. And of course, remember, if you haven't subscribed, make sure you fix that already, as well as follow me over on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Take care, folks. I'll catch you next time.